It is
Jimmy
Wednesday,
out,
August 13th
my dudes.
GM.
at 11:20 God's time.
Wednesday, my dude.
And we lost Grok's chosen one.
They didn't want to hear the alpha.
I was about to ask him what Grok will think about this stream. What's been up, dude? ETH just getting bid to heaven.
What are we sitting at right now? 4,700 when I looked this morning.
Let's see.
Yeah, it's 46.35 now. Maybe it's over. This is the top.
I mean, dude, we're due for a nice pullback soon, but
Yeah,
shorting in this market,
yeah.
KYS and Minecraft.
KYS in Minecraft, so good. That's how you don't get banned.
Yep.
Let's see. Let's look at that one.
What happened with the soy boys? It was up 10, 13% this morning. Is somebody just going to do a Solana treasury company?
Was that why it nuked?
Maybe next cycle.
That's
Maybe
why it
next
nuked.
cycle.
Yeah, that's why it went down. No, it seems after 4K, a lot of people were short like 4K, 4250 or 4200, 4500, in like just this call selling regime. And a lot of people got fucking carried out, have to hedge, have to go buy perps to hedge, have to go buy spot to hedge, just fueling this mega pump.
Bro, hold on. Let's look at this from. That's pretty dirty work.
Yeah, that's nasty work.
10 days.
Yeah, what has it been? When did we break 4K? Like 8 days ago or something? 5 days ago?
Let's
Like
see.
last week we broke 4K.
The 8th.
Yeah.
So, yeah, last week, 5 days ago. And in the words of Ansem, ETH will never trade below 4K again.
Oh, phew.
No, dude. I mean, I think we should see a. I don't know, man. We'll see. I would think we'd get a pullback to maybe around here, but we'll see. What else is up, dude? So we've got fucking, everyone's saying because of this rally that Sol is the contrarian trade. I just want to address this. It's like, I feel like people forgot what ETH went through to be contrarian. What we got? Yeah, vertical, $100 a day. That's right. What's up, Grand? Had a bike fit yesterday. Best $200 you spent.
Oh, yeah.
Woo!
Oh, yeah. Yeah, once you get the bike fit, dude, your knees don't hurt anymore. They put your seat right so your butt doesn't hurt. They do it all right.
Did that for oldest Cozy. He was really getting into just like biking all around everywhere for a little bit, and went and got him a nice bike, but got it fitted, and it was pretty crazy. I've never, used to just going to a fucking bike store and buying a BMX for myself. So, some BMX Mongoose style bike. And yeah, once they fitted him up with it, I'm like about the same size as him. And it was a much different experience.
What was it
Oh
like?
yeah, like even your ankles, your knees, especially with like road cycling when your feet are clipped into the pedal so you can't just like move your foot around. Like dude, you could really mess up your knee, you know. You're doing 50-mile rides, 100-mile rides, well that's a lot, but 50-mile rides, your your knees and your tendons and your ankles, you just get destroyed if it's not right. So it's always worth 100, $200, whatever.
All right. So what I was saying before I clicked back and saw Graham stuff is people keep talking about how Solana's contrarian now, and it's like, dude, you've had 3 weeks of underperformance, and you're thinking it's the contrarian trade. Like, it's as if they forgot the last like year of pain that took place for ETH,
Or
and
like any other layer one coin, like they're
dude,
like
it took
acting.
two
Yeah.
it took two treasury companies, uh ETF, like Wall Street ETFs, fucking, it took so much shit to make ETH not contrarian anymore. You had Tom Lee fucking being a cheerleader, shilling it on CNBC, like, yeah, for 4 years. Has it been 4 years? Jesus Christ, man. The Soul cycle was a 4-year cycle. I thought it was like a year and a half. That's how time flies here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So even if we extend out 4 years, you want to say it took 4 years, right? Who is the sailor for? Who is the sailor for ETH? Lubin. Lubin is clearly the sailor for ETH with SPET. You got SPET and what's the other one? There's another really big one that
Yeah, but people forget that SBET literally went up like whatever from $5 to over $100 and then back down to $5. Like,
yep.
and now it's up, sure, but it had a rough run.
It took a lot for people to start piling in for it to really be contrarian. So I don't know. I feel like to my friends who are in the soul trenches, I've given them my personal opinion. Obviously, not financial advice because I'm just retard on the metaverse web. But I've reminded them that it took as long as it did for ETH and did not fall into the same mindset that a lot of ETH heads did when Sol was the contrarian trade, getting complacent and not seeing what's happening right in front of them. But to each their own.
They're like blissfully unaware of how 99% of other layer one coins have been doing. Like a lot of them have never seen the heights from 2021 ever again.
Or they weren't around then. Because you
I'm
have a
talking
lot of
about like AVAX and like I don't know, like
Phantom, Polygon.
half of them are, yeah, a
The,
lot of them are like dead, like Harmony or something. There's like Polygon and Phantom.
oh well, I
Like,
wouldn't compare Soul to
and
them, right? Like, but
yeah, it's a
it
lot
but it
more
is
successful.
but it is a good, it is a good heat check, right? To like be aware of past performance of other
There was like a lot of money on AVAX. Like a lot of shit was happening on AVAX. Like, your time comes. Sometimes your time comes.
Yep. I mean, same with Phantom. Phantom had a nice run during that time. Then they rebrand with Sonic. Sonic had a little run for a little bit. People are always looking. I've talked about this before on my whole like vacation and nation state theory, but I still stand by that. People will go whenever there's a lot of attention around new money games, a new casino. People are going to go vacation from their home chain, going to go play around, go to the new casino, take the free drinks, get some free chips for using things, and then when they're done losing money or making money, they go home. What's up, Denton, with Grok? Grok got
Yeah, talk to me about the Grok Ventures.
It took a couple of days of a little break because I was in Disneyland. But it's been very fun. I saw
It seems
there's
it's
like a
going
lot
rogue.
of people copying me now. I
I
mean, what
see
are
it
you
quite a
talking
bit.
about? That was shut down for a little bit, or?
No, did you see that Grok got it seems Elon wasn't too fond of some of its responses. It was going rogue, and they removed its affiliation to XAI, removed its badge for a moment. But the funny thing is, like, it was showing its unbiasedness towards its creator. Sam
Yeah,
and Elon were going back and forth,
you know,
and
one of the
Grok.
messages that got like big, it was mine. Like someone said, my favorite genre of something is like when conservatives ask Grok, "Is this true?" and then it says, "No, it's not," and then they argue with them
Hell
because
yeah.
it's not their opinion. And then I said, "Is this true?" And that got posted like on Reddit, like in a million different places, and I got like, I think that's like my most liked. That's my most liked post because it like confirmed their biases.
It's so funny. They're like,
So
you
that must have
see,
gotten to Elon.
there was something I saw some post about it saying that, like, it was like on some type of scale, the, like, best political ideology was like center left, with it was something about like being like democratic socialism or something, and it just like goes against like what Elon kind of has been pushing. So they were saying that is probably what got Grok like removed so they could figure out what was going on with it. And then Sam had said something when Elon was going on about the antitrust stuff with Grok not being able to be number one. Sam was like, I'll accept that if you say you've never, altered Grok or messed with the algorithms to boost your own posts or, boost your replies, things like that. And he didn't respond, right? And then like someone asked Grok, and Grok was like
Hmm.
just pretty much exposed and was like, oh yeah, he did during the Super Bowl and like this other time and blah 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 blah.
Nice.
I'm like, dude, Elon's having a fucking meltdown right now.
Dude,
Yeah,
I had to
look,
mute him. I had to mute him on the Twitter sphere, the Elon Musk. My whole feed was just him for like a month. I got tired of it.
I don't see him very often.
I muted him for you.
yeah, look in the Eden chat. My most liked tweet is that, "Is this true?" Just because of that. Except for the other tweet I got that was the most viral one. So just, "Is this true?" 21 bookmarks.
But how many impressions? You gotta spill the alpha. How many impressions are you getting just fucking with people tagging Grok?
So for over the past, like, for the entire duration I've been doing this for like 10 days or something, I got 50 million impressions.
Jeez,
50?
50, yeah.
that's insane.
Jesus Christ.
That is insane.
So I don't even know how much the payout will be because I've been doing it for less than 2 weeks, which is the pay period. So we'll see how that goes on Friday. But definitely a lot of people are like, it's getting diluted because of so many people are copying me now.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
I
I've been
I
seeing
saw
it.
someone like asking some really like silly thing with like a couple typos, and he had like 1 million impressions on the tweet.
For it
People
just
getting
having
mad.
typos, people getting angry with it.
Like, I forgot what it was. Hold on. Like he said public instead of public and a couple other things. I forgot what the tweet was, but he had like 1 million impressions.
It's hilarious. All right, let's get back to some crypto stuff. So, some pretty interesting things have been happening. I know you're a Monero fan, Denton. You've seen this 51%
Yeah,
attack that happened
yeah.
by
I
the
didn't
Qubit
fully
guys.
read into it. Is it legit? Like, is it actually? Because
It's legit. They are reorienting, but they're like working with Monero to help develop 51% attack like countermeasures. I guess is the what they're
yeah,
saying.
because it's been tanking in price, but if it was really 51% attack, I would expect it to tank even more.
Well, a friend of mine used it the other day because he was doing some research, and you
You
know
have to buy groceries.
he just felt that it's because they're not malicious, like that he would deal with the reorgs, and I'm like, dude, you could like lose your money, He's like, oh, I'm not sending a lot around. I'm not sure. Let's pull it up, Grand. And he said it felt like using BTC.
I mean, it's very old school, yeah.
So let's see when this. There you go. That's when it started. 422 ish, 420 down to 255.
Jesus.
51% attack and 50% off the top.
I think it started like recently. Like that's why it dumped like from what was it, like 330 or something?
358.
Like that range.
Up here.
Yeah. I wouldn't count it as the first dump from 400. But like losing this range to 300 range.
Are you still trading Monero, or are you a holder of Monero, or you dumped at the top? You sold the top and shilled us at the top.
I just swing it's and a lot, and I hold a little bit. I just like it. I like the coin.
He likes the tech.
And
He likes the tech.
it's funny. It was really like going toe to toe with Solana, like on the exact price. Like they would both pump over each other and then meet each other again at the same number, and then Monero just shot up to 400 after all that. After like a couple of years of doing that,
I think it's
maybe
going
a
to be
year.
fine. Obviously, not financial advice. Not saying you should buy Monero, but I think it'll be fine.
It's had a long life.
They're just slow. Like
Yeah,
developers are slow.
and a very long life.
Yeah, they're gonna fucking work. They're working with Cubic to develop 51% countermeasures. More so, I think the narrative that the Cubic guys are saying is that a state actor could have done this much easier. They have significantly more capital to put behind an attack like this.
Mm-hmm.
And
Is Cubic like a multi-chain bridge? What did they do?
they are merged. I think they're like a merge mine coin with Monero. So I'm not concerned long term. I think they'll figure this out.
I'm confusing them with Rubik.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Then we got
I
Pump.
don't actually know what Cubic is.
La Pump making a comeback. Pump Fund took controlled.
After going down 50%, what, it's up 10%?
No, I just mean they're
the metrics are above Monk now by a lot.
Yeah, they're over like 80% of graduated Sol meme coins, despite all the.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of predicted it, right? You were saying it's like when people are mad at a video game, they like play the competitor to protest or something.
They usually will go. They go on Steam. Yeah, they go on Steam.
Bomb,
They review bomb it, and like, how do you review bomb? A crypto project like Ethos.
Yeah.
Like most people don't give a shit about Ethos. They're like, okay, go ahead and slash me on your fucking like base rating thing. People don't care. So like, how do you like actually hurt them? Like you show in the metrics, and for them it's usage. So you go use their competitor, and that's like your thumbs down to thumbs up. But the thing is about launch pads, like I think most launch pads just trend to zero, and Pump Fun is like the one that not only captured the most attention, but I think has the most resonance because of the success that they had pre-token. Like there was nothing you were doing on Solana that wasn't pump related for the last year pre-token. Maybe longer. And Bonk didn't really become a threat until memes started dying. Like the meme market started dying. And then it was like, oh, okay, like now there's some PvP between launchpad protocols. But like I really didn't see I didn't see the competition as fierce prior to that taking place. It was like, okay, pump launches, everyone's mad now, and so they're gonna go fucking trade on Bonk. Maybe they can pump that. It's just silly. And we've got you see the Circle news? Circle, Stripe.
Did they lose? Did Circle lose money or they made money? I had a busy morning.
I didn't look at the stock. I know it was down yesterday. But they unveiled ARC, which is their layer 1 using USDC as gas. And then you have Stripe that also is
Circle's down 4%, 3%.
Stripe announced they're working with Paradigm to build their own chain. I'm pretty sure they said it was going to be an L1, but personally, I think that they will go an L2 route. Just my personal assumptions, opinions. I think it makes more sense for them to like launch an Orbit chain than to have their own L1, but that's just me. But I think we're just going to keep seeing more of this. Like I've said it before, like some people don't agree. They don't think like every company should have their own stable coin. And I don't think every company should, but I think commerce platforms, it makes sense to. I think like, let's say PayPal, right? Like nobody uses PayPal USD right now. Somehow they have like what, $1 billion or something. In
Yeah, how does that make sense? I tried looking into it more and I was like, who's using this? Like I didn't look that hard, but couldn't find like Visa puts all the metrics out for a bunch of stuff, but I couldn't see like PayPal metrics. Maybe they have a site. I didn't look hard enough.
I saw it on somewhere when we were looking all that Visa stuff up, and it was like 900 and something million went or at that time. And that's why it made me question, like, who is using it? I don't know anyone that uses PayPal USD for anything. But that said, it makes sense if you're preparing for this future of where everything's on chain. Because if everything's on chain, PayPal's on chain, then
How
people
much
would wanna
PayPal
have-
USD is out there? You know the supply?
$1 billion or
Let's
something. We
check.
covered it last week.
It's like 948 million when I looked last week.
Yeah, it's looks like it's 1 billion now.
Yeah, which is crazy. Like who is minting PayPal USD? If you're
PayPal
out there,
users,
if
I
you
don't
know, let me know. I'm truly interested.
Maybe people who still use PayPal to sell things. I don't know.
But on what? Like you sell on eBay, you're not using PayPal USD. You're just getting paid
There-
USD via PayPal.
You can convert it, and they probably incentivize it with like higher rates or something. I don't know. I didn't really look into it.
Is it just like I should look and see? I should log into PayPal and check if I hold PayPal USD on PayPal. Do they pay me like some type of return? Because if you're getting like 4 or 5% or something, I could understand people that are like keeping a balance in their PayPal account, converting that to earn some extra money while they're doing that. But
Yeah, I don't even know if you can do that. I think so. That must be it. Yeah, look, if you Google it, it's like you can opt in or out of the program and redeem your PayPal USD for USD quickly. The rewards can be used for payments. It's 3.7 APR.
okay.
So they're
there we
getting
go.
like a little cut. They're getting like what, like 1% out of it?
PayPal themselves?
I don't know because it's 3.7, right? The regular rate that you can get on USD is like 4.6 now, isn't it? Or maybe even, I don't know.
Well,
But
it
they must
depends
be
from
getting
where,
like a
right?
small cut.
We don't know what they're doing with it.
Like I mean, like treasury bonds or whatever. Like if you hold like US, what's it called, PLG or something?
Yeah, but I'm saying like we don't know what PayPal is doing with the
Yeah,
deposits to
yeah,
generate yield.
yeah, yeah. That's true.
Because you have like I'm not saying they're doing this that's a stable coin, but like you have on you have the CBBTC stuff, right, on Coinbase where you
Hmm.
can earn what, like 8 to 10%, and it's or no, what are they calling it, Marty? It's their basis thing. Might be called BTC or something, um, but yeah, they're paying like 8 to 10%. But you know that on the back end, they're making another 15 to 20%, especially in this fucking market.
Hmm.
Who's doing this basis thing, dude? Like, why don't we just launch this? Like, just automated basis. If you put up, you get 4 or 5%. I guess Athena's kind of doing this with funding rates, but nobody's doing it with like CME futures in size. Maybe there's no like cross connect of TradFi and DeFi yet, but that seems very simple to implement in the trading side. I don't know about the regulatory side. Like, why couldn't you just do a stable coin that does in kind yield with CME basis?
Because there's no CME basis on chain, or there's no CME on chain.
But everything's on chain, bro. Coinbase is going to bring everything on chain. CME on chain.
Once it does, I think you will see that. Or maybe once it does, we should just be the first to do that, Marty.
Yeah, but why does it have
Hmm.
to be on chain? Like, Athena's not necessarily on chain. They use Copper, Fireblocks
I
for their
honestly think
custody.
that will be their biggest downfall.
Mm.
Like in a worst case scenario, how do you unwind fast enough to rebalance when your funds are dispersed across a bunch of custodials?
Well, that was the issue with Athena, right? Is at the very beginning, like they weren't very active or proactive with like displaying their risks. Now they are, but like they were like 20% of open interest on ETH or something at one point, right? So if you have to unwind those perp positions, sure. I think the issue if you were to do like CME basis is like it's only Monday to Friday, right? And like what happens if you have to unwind on a fucking Saturday? Like, you're maybe that's why perps is a better venue than data futures. But it could be like a more TradFi product than a crypto DeFi product.
Yeah. Withdrawals could just be closed for the weekend.
Yeah, you just that's what I mean. You just close. You just say like, sorry, we just don't operate outside of U.S. banking hours.
That'd be so fucking funny.
We're
I'm
just
gonna do
going
this.
backwards.
I'm doing this. I'm so doing this in like a year. Once Coinbase and Kraken bring everything on chain, I'm gonna do this. There's no better job in crypto to have than that, where you can say, "Sorry guys, we close on the weekends."
Dude, Matt, you
Yeah.
just force close on the weekend, and like, oh, what's wrong? What's up with the stable? You're like, we have the. That's the thing with the stable coin. It's linked to the dated future, right? So like, you have the money, you have the basis. You just sit in it for months, right? I think the problem is if you have like some bank run and you're a mega proportion of open interest on CME is like billions and billions of dollars, right? But let's say you're 20-30% of that and they know that there's like a forced seller on some bank run, like you could push that futures price way 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 lower than it was supposed to be. So there is tons of risk still involved with that.
We'll figure out a way.
Just close Monday to Friday, or sorry, close banking
Friday to
hours.
Sunday.
Yeah. Close Friday afternoon,
Friday.
open back up Monday morning.
Oh, I'm fucking dying. I saw Grayscale debuted something called Deep Book and Walrus Trusts on SUI, new single asset vehicles to give investors direct exposure to deep and wall tokens. Slowly but surely, everything on chain.
CME on chain. I mean, isn't that where we're headed? It's just like instant settlement. Like, I don't know if it has to be on chain, but like you could use blockchain technology for sure. But it's just instant settlement. Like that's where we're headed.
Yeah, we talk about it all the time. Like that is like, I think peak for most outside participants, or what they'll see as the advantage, right? Like being able to get instant settlement versus having to wait 1 to 3 business days, sometimes
For your
7 to
money.
10.
For your money. That's the craziest part. For your money. So they say.
It's crazy to me how how slow banks are allowed to be, but also like how much they get away with, because they make so much money that they just don't care. They'll just pay the like hundreds of millions in fines over their audits, their billions in fines. Like I looked at Chase the other day, and it was like hundreds of millions in fines they paid in 2024. There was other bank, was it
What do you mean HSBC, dude?
HSBC was over $1 billion, right?
Yeah, HSBC, UBS, dude, all those guys.
Billions in fees and shit. And they just don't give a shit. And the crazy thing is, like, people will trust them because they're big names. And if you just bank with like a fucking credit union or like a small bank, they can't do any of that type of shit. They can't afford the fees. You're not getting fucked like ever, unless they were to go under for some reason. Like, I love my local credit union.
Yeah, but like, dude, the UBS and the HSBC and all of those guys, it's like not, they ended up cooperating in the end and paying billions of fines. But like even Chase or even, any of these US institutions are still paying fines and fees and all of this stuff, right? It's an ongoing forever thing. It doesn't just end. They keep pushing the boundaries and see where they land.
Yep. We were talking about Circle being down, but their revenue is up like 50 something percent.
Yeah, but their revenue is just based on stablecoin issuance. It's so like it's the simplest business model, right? You just hold short-term T-bills and wait. You don't do anything. Like I'm not sure how innovative that is. I think what's messed up is like all the platforms that don't give their users like the native yield, and it's just like USDC sitting on the account. At least, exchanges now are starting to give their users, 3-4%, even though they're collecting, 5-6%.
Yeah. I said this back when we were, was it V2 maybe? Whenever we integrated Alchemix, and then we did Lido and like the rep set thing, that was like my big thing. And then Blast came out, and it was like, oh, look, DeFi with yield. I'm like, this is so fucking stupid. You could just denominate everything in fucking XDAI and wrap Seth, and you get the same effect. Like, why build another chain, send your money there, deal with the risk for that chain to take a portion of the yield and give you subsidized yield with their shitcoin? It just didn't make any sense to me. Whereas it totally makes sense when there's all these yield generating base assets to just have them as your base assets across every app in the ecosystem. Then people don't mind letting their money sit on your platforms. Speaking of CME futures, ETH futures hit 118 billion record. ETH flows are fucking on fire. I think.
Pull up that
Weren't there
Velo.
more-
Let me
weren't there
see.
more flows
TradFi
yesterday
Velos. Let's see.
on ETH than BTC? I think yesterday. Let's see right now. Total 8.87 bill. Oh, it's 3. Let's go.
Dude, the total open interest is well, that was yesterday. $8.4 billion. And how many coins?
Look at this.
And 1.85 million ETH in terms of contracts. It's an all-time high in dollars, not an all-time high in coins. That's and options are almost 1 billion open interest. Yeah, it's okay. It's climbing up. Fucking basis is 11%, dude. You can just lock up 11. Why would you lock up for 11% when you get 11% in one day? That's the gambler's mindset, dude.
Yep. That is the gambler's mindset.
But something worth noting, I think this is as of yesterday. Yeah, we haven't seen today. Total ETF inflows 11.39 billion. That's for ETH, and for the Bitcoins is 54.86 billion. So, we were seeing ETH was like 1 to 5% of total inflows, and now it's 20% of total inflows. So between Bitcoin and ETH, so seems to be picking up. And of course, people are getting out of GBTC and going to lower fee funds. Yeah, and same with ETH. So all grayscale products volume is down. They held that moat for years before in their trusts, and as soon as they went not public, but as soon as they converted into ETFs, people went to lower fee ETFs.
No ETF flows here yet, guys. Sorry about that.
Yeah, so they have to wait till the end of the night, right? They come in at the end of the night.
No, they don't come for here.
Mm.
16% annual basis on Sol CME futures.
16.
Yeah, 16.
That's the thing, dude. If you have $1 billion and you just lock up 16%, oh my God, he's the greatest trader ever. But like, oh, you have $100, 16% is not doing anything for you. You could lock up 11% right now on these ETH plays. Sure, you could have held ETH and taken the directional bet, but like that's not how these institutional players work, right? Like you can just lock up for a year or 3 months, I guess, and roll every 3 months. But like 11% is a great return. People forget how good
Dude,
11% is.
I remember like maybe last year or so we were having this convo with some new entrants. They were like, why are people freaking out over 3-4% moves? I'm like, your size isn't size.
Exactly, dude. You have a yard of capital. You have $1 billion in something, and the thing moves 4%. You're like, okay, that's great. But like a trading directional like that is not really a thing in the institutional space. It's more they're doing this basis trade. Like when basis is dead and
Yeah.
basis was 5%, they have to look elsewhere. But when they can lever up on basis trading, that's like the easiest trade to throw on.
Yeah, for sure. I gotta hop off, boys. I got another meeting, but
All right, I gotta call Wacko.
enjoy the green. We'll be back on Friday, and we will also be back today at 2 p.m. on the premium account with who's our guest today?
Little Quant and Professor Satoshi.
Lil Quant and the Prof.
Yeah, they're back to have
They
some fun.
back.
Dude, we need to. I was talking to Denta, dude. We need a new cycle of guests, and I'm even prepared to have a degen era, dude, where we just have straight degenerate perp traders on.
Let's do it.
Like I don't know,
Yeah.
Bybit, PNL top 3 or whatever. I know a few of those guys. We can get those guys on.
You can talk
Straight
to some of our
degen
buddies.
perp traders, dude.
Let's do
Give the
it.
people what they want.
Hmm.
I'm down.
All right, fellas. We'll talk to you later.
Talk to you later.